But I wanted to just kind of hear a little bit more from your side for an early stage founder that is building a marketplace, how you would kind of advise them to approach Pear,
Yeah.
at what stage. And yeah, that'd be great if you could share more on that.
Yeah. Well, we are in the business of meeting founders at the earliest possible stage. It doesn't mean we're in the business of always writing a check at the earliest possible stage, but like the goal for me as an investor is to find enough evidence to be able to write that check at some point. And the earlier that I can meet somebody or at least understand the vision that they're building towards, the more evidence that I'm going to have to do that. And so like I don't know, I would hate to insinuate that like you shouldn't approach Pear or any other early stage investor at like day zero. That's totally the wrong approach. Like, I think that there's merit in saying, I don't think that I'm raising right now. I don't know if this is a fit yet, but here's how I'm thinking about these opportunities. You may have seen a couple other like them. Any advice for me? And if you frame that conversation and you target it towards somebody who has a demonstrated interest in, the sector you're building in, I think you're going to be really surprised at the warmth of the reception that you get. And so I can only really speak for Pear right now. But please come, say hello, let us know what you're working on. Doesn't matter when it becomes the right time to evaluate. I think like it's pretty clear what we're going to ask for and what we're going to look for. And so no hard feelings if you're not at that point yet, but that doesn't necessarily disqualify anybody from being able to get to know us or have a conversation. In terms of like the right time to think about raising, yeah, there are business milestones that matter. Like I think that it's important to have your team in place. That's probably the biggest thing. When you start thinking about raising a pre-seed, like you need measurable traction on a few dimensions on product, right? Like where are you on having built this product? Like, is it a working MVP? Is it mock-ups? Like let's evaluate this product to see if like the funding that you're about to take in is going to get it to a point where you can get it into customers' hands or not. I think that's how we think about product at the pre-seed. And if it's an MVP and you're conducting some of the business yourself, you're kind of fulfilling orders on your own, you're serving as a clearinghouse, that's actually awesome. Like it's great to see. It's great to see these like early stages of a business. And so we're gonna just dive into representative economics of like this small experiment or project that you're running and understand how scalable that is. What will change as you're able to automate more things with the aforementioned product development. So it does kind of work hand in hand. We definitely are biased towards traction on both of those fronts at the pre-seed and then especially at the seed stage. When you get into the seed stage, a lot of investors now seem to be favoring, okay, like let's tell me bottom line, what's your net revenue? How am I getting to a ARR or MRR figure that helps me compare to other opportunities? I still think that GMV matters quite a bit. I think that the raw absolute number of GMV is important, but I also think that the quality is particularly important as well. Quality of and diversity of GMV. So it like if one supplier went under, like do you still have a business? If one of your customers decided to walk, do you still have a business? I think that's important for you to have some diversification there. And then quality in terms of like, are these people prepared to pay? Are they paying today? Do they have this desire to expand their spend with you over time? Are there others who fit this profile who they're willing, who for whom like this GMV you have today would be willing to serve as a reference or kind of catalyst to help you get out into that world? So that's how we would think about it. I think that it's appropriate to start seeing like a take rate in the, let's say 2 to 5% range on some transactions. by the time that you raise a seed. 2 to 5% take rate, and like in aggregate, it doesn't have to be like you tack that onto the transaction, but like your effective take rate, the effective revenue should be about 2 to 5% of GMV around that time if it's a B2B marketplace, in my experience.